Hello guys, sorry, I was just checking to see if it was working. Still having technical issues as usual. Welcome to the Grateful Knitters. I'm your host Stephanie. It's been a little while. I actually recorded one probably about a month ago, but I did it on my iPad, and it does not transfer. I don't know why. I guess it's because I don't have service. It was something that I could do transfer, and turns out I can't. So I apologize if you hear a bunch of background noise. I got a portable AC. Actually, my stepdad bought it for me for my belated birthday gift, and it's been a lifesaver because it's been pretty hot here, I mean, for California. So anyway, I don't have... Last episode I was showing you the progress on those. I think they were almost about to be done. I had stuffed them and was about to put their legs on. I've since taken them to work right before summer was out, and they got adopted, so I will actually insert photos here. So yeah, I had made all those birds, and I'll share. Like I said, I'll put the photos in here. So I've been working all summer teaching at a camp, and Monday through Friday it's full time, and we've been going on field trips and doing crafts and doing things, and the kids are fantastic. So I can't complain much. We have great volunteers, but it is exhausting because it's a drive out to a neighboring town, and it's really far up in the hills. You have to like go on a ridge, and it's a lot. So it's a lot of driving. I have to get up at 5 in the morning, and yeah. But it'll be worth it. I mean, just to get to connect. Get to connect with kids that I actually didn't. A lot of them they go to my school, but I didn't really know them that well. So it's cool. I get to meet them on a different level. So yeah, I've been doing that. So I haven't had a ton of knitting time, but like I come home and it's weird. I think all of us that are working there feel the same way. We are so not used to getting up that early, so, and go. It's so much critical thinking, physicality. We're playing games and going outside, going to the river, and on Friday we hiked to Big Sur. So it's a lot that we're not used to, especially me, because the other person running it is the PE coach. So he obviously he's young, very athletic. I, however, am not. So yeah, it's kicked my butt. I come home, I usually will do a few chores, eat something, and then suddenly my blood sugar is like, holy crap, I'm like, can't even keep my eyes open. So I have to lay down. I usually sleep from like 7 to 10. I'll get up, do something for an hour, and then go to bed. So I have been getting a lot of sleep, but just not a lot of knitting time. So this weekend, let's see, the times that I have like a few hours between napping and going to sleep, for real, I was looking for a project that would be pretty easy to do. And I wanted to do something with color work, so I thought, but anyway, so I want to use something, and I've talked about this on my previous episodes, that I've accumulated so many patterns in my Ravelry account that I really just need to try to use what I have and not buy more, you know, patterns. It's silly. So I actually went into my library and I had already, I think either I purchased this or I know there was something, so this is by Casa Pinka, who is a really cool designer. I know she does a lot of charity stuff, but I think she did this for COVID for a lot of the folks, you know, because people were at home and bored, and so I think this might have been a free pattern. I don't remember, but anyway, I have it. It's called Breathe and Hope, and I probably shouldn't show that because it's got instructions, but it's really cute. I think it's just a triangular shawl, and drapey, easy. However, I of course picked the wrong yarn, so yeah. And it's pretty, but it's a very tight. I think I just need to go up on the needle a little bit, but the fabric is very dense, very thick, and you know, I'm more of a process knitter anyway, so it's fine if I'm gonna rip it out. Let's see. Show better if yeah, it's not really showing up, but yeah, it's cool, but it's just too thick. So then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to not do color work, something really mindless. I love drop stitches. So I found this pattern it's a free pattern. It's called the Van Gogh Shawl, and it's by Kathy Lewis for Tall Tree Designs. And it's really cool. It's just garter, 3 rows of garter, and then a strip of drop stitches, which is super easy and fun. If you've never done it, I highly recommend it. There are tons of tutorials on YouTube. It's super fun. So what I'm doing is on hers, she's doing the same color on all of the drop stitches, but I decided to use a lot of my minis because I'm such a mini lover. And so, yeah, I did blues and grays. These two were the first guinea pig rows, and so they look kind of like dog food, but you know what? It's just for me, so this will be my guinea pig one. But look, I got better. So yeah, so the next color is gonna be, let's see, I think, yeah, so I'm doing this color right now. So yeah, it's just a bunch of minis. It's coming out really nice. I mean, I did all of this in like 2 hours. So it's a pretty mindless knit, super fun. I can watch TV and do it. So yep, working on that. And let's see, I finished another bird, which I think I'm gonna give, she won't watch this, so it's fine. What did I do with it? Guys, doesn't matter how organized I get, I am sort of a mess all the time. So, okay, yeah, so I've been getting really organized. I'm so happy. So I organized my yarn stash because, to be honest with you, so I had a friend come visit and I was super embarrassed about yarn being everywhere. So I put a lot of my yarn in the car, and it was in there for a long time. And, you know, I didn't want it to get, I mean, it was in bags and stuff, but, you know, it's just not good for it to be in the hot car. So I was like, if I get one thing done this summer, I mean, I am working a lot, but I did have like time here and there, so I need to get organized. So I actually have been doing a lot of productive things in my house. I got this really cool little bookcase that I put together as sort of like an IKEA. I got it off Amazon, but it was like really involved putting it together, but I like doing stuff like that, so it was fun. And I got that organized, and so I decided I'm actually going to give you guys a tour of my little yarn space. I've got everything categorized by sweater quantities, and right down to my minis are all in one spot. So it feels so nice to have everything organized like that, and I can see what I have, and it's really It's delightful. It makes it so much easier to create and be inspired when you know what you have and you can see it really, easily. Um, and it really didn't cost me much to organize everything. It did make me realize how much I've accumulated and that I never ever need to go back to a yarn shop ever again. Will that happen? Probably not, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. It took me about 3 days to do it. But this is kind of crazy. In the 3 days, and when I say 3 days, I mean I did not leave my house for 3 days. Like, that's how dedicated I was to getting this done. And so, yeah, I got it done, super organized. And then I went out to my car to go somewhere, and it was running really rough. And I thought, oh, that's normal because it hasn't been run in a while. It's been really hot here. I don't know cars, but that made sense to me. And then it was like sputtering really bad. So I drove to a friend's. I actually had to cover for a friend's art show or jewelry show because she was out of town, and I told her I'd work the booth, and I was so worried that I wasn't going to make it there. And so I drove back home and looked under my hood, and lo and behold, rats. They had chewed the wires and made a huge old nest in my engine. It was totally disgusting, but also amazing at the same time. It was huge. So I'll put a picture in here. So yeah, that was a big ordeal because I had to, call insurance, and I couldn't get it into my dealership because everything parts are taking too long. And so the guy I bought it from told me to take it to this other shop, but it's across town and I live by myself, so I had to get it towed there, get a ride with a tow guy, and then it's like I had to beg the people at the mechanic shop to give me a ride, to get my rental car, just on and on and on. So it's fixed. However, insurance said they first said they were going to pay all of it, and now I had to end up paying a little less than half of it because they said the AC wires being chewed had nothing to do with the rats. Well, the AC worked right up until the rats chewed the wires. So they're trying to say, oh no, there's no correlation. It was just low on Freon. And the shop went ahead without my permission and fixed it, knowing that the insurance company wasn't going to fix it or pay for it. So now I'm out $300 because what I would have done had they called and given me a heads up is I would have called my dealership because I finance a 3-year warranty. So that really ticked me off. Yeah, so, but it's too late now to take advantage of the warranty because it has to be fixed at their shop. So yeah, so if that ever happens to you, make sure that you're aware of every step along the way of what the mechanic is doing, because you never know what can be covered, especially if you have, comprehensive and a warranty like I did. It's like, what's the point of me paying this warranty if they're not gonna, it's actually not the dealership's fault, it's the mechanic's fault. But I fought with them a little bit. They're kind of a mom and pop, so I was like, just let it go. But when you're on a budget, it's not fun to all of a sudden have to pay $300. You're not going to get your car back. So anyway, that's me whining. I have a lot to be grateful for. I'm glad that I got my car back and everything's okay. Yeah, but it was just a big ordeal that I just never thought that rats would do that in the summertime. That was what's weird to me, is it happens here a lot, but it's usually like in the winter where the animals want to burrow where it's really warm. So it was odd to me that it happened, yeah, in the hottest part of the year. So that was weird. And spring even makes sense. The baby rats, the new babies are nesting or whatever, but yeah, wild. But yeah, I found a lot of interesting things when I was cleaning out my yarn my yarn stash and all of my goodies. But one of the things I wanted to show you that I ran across was this really cute little stitch marker. It's a, man, everything's so blurry. I bet it's because my battery's low, you guys. I'm such a goof. Anyway, it's a Cupid doll head. It's so cute. I got it from the lemonade shop. Anyway, I'm old, so most people don't even know what this is, probably what a Cupid doll is, but it's actually before my time, but I do remember it as a kid because I think they had rerun, like they even had a cartoon of it, but I had Cupid dolls when I was little, so anyway, I thought that was really cute. Kind of morbid, actually. What else? I still have not finished my Anthe Shaw, the mint chip nightmare dream, whatever you want to call it, Yoda, baby Yoda. I'm just like at a standstill. I just got so sick of it I didn't want to look at it again. I'll pick it back up when I'm ready, but no rush because it's for me. And yeah, that's really all I have to talk about, I think. I didn't expect it to be so short, but yeah, I guess that's really about it, guys. But yeah, I will take you on a tour of my little yarn stash, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration and help you get organized, or at least give you some ideas. Yeah, I'm glad that I was able to get everything closed in, because I think we don't really have a moth problem here, I don't think, but I don't want to take my chances. I do have 2 carts that are sitting out with like my cheaper yarn. But it's like, I don't know, what's the worst a moth can do? I guess it could go nuts in one ball of yarn, but it's not like it would eat it like a worm does an apple. I think it would probably just chew off one end. I mean, you could just magic knot everything. I mean, I'm not that worried about it. Also something really cool happened. So I ordered, I don't know if any of you like to go thrift store shopping. I love it. Most of my clothes are consignment, but I love to buy things off ThreadUp, which is like a consignment shop online. And so I got this really cool little bag that actually I'll probably use as a knitting bag, but I just thought it was so pretty, embroidered. But I looked inside of the pocket, and there was someone had left a really pretty ring in there. Yeah, it's blurry, of course, but anyway, it's like totally my taste. I like it. So anyway, that was a fun find for the day. I guess that's really all I have to share. Nothing new to report with the kitties. I took them to the vet and got them shots. And updates on that. And that's about it, really. I hope that everyone's having a great summer and that you're doing a lot of knitting or crocheting or whatever it is that you do. I've gotten a few new followers, which is exciting, and I appreciate it. I really have been dreaming about going to Rhinebeck this year, which is in October. And if you're new, or if you don't know what Rhinebeck is, it's a fiber festival that is in upstate New York. I think it runs 2 or 3 days, but I have a friend that actually lives like 10 minutes from Rhinebeck, and another friend of mine, we all know each other. We're thinking about trying to make that work. However, oh my, promised I'm going to show you my yarn organization. Super excited. So everything is color coordinated. And I've had this cabinet for a while. It's a really nice antique piece that I got a few years ago, and it's perfect. It's just the depth of a skein of yarn, so works really well. So here we go. So first, I have, and I'm filming as I'm trying to open this. So as you can see, the first shelf is more reds and pinks and purples and blues. And the way I've organized it is mostly more expensive single skeins, you know, that don't have extra skeins with them. In other words, sweater quantities. And this is mostly just your standard wool, nylon, sock blends. So yeah, the second row is more greens that fade into yellow, that fade into, you know, browns and creams. And then down here, I have more sweater quantities. And this is all like plant fibers, you know, more summery things like linen and viscose and cotton. Well, no, I didn't put any cotton. There might be some cotton blend, but like more silks like Noro. And I anything that's more than 1 or 2 skeins I've put into bags to protect them, and then, you know, put it all on the shelf for sweater, so I know that it's for a sweater quantity or a bigger quantity. And then down below here is all the chunkier stuff, and it's kind of actually a mix, but I tried to put more of the chunkier things in here. And then, like I said, I got, oh, and I'll show you, this is really cute. I put all of my minis that are in balls here, and it looks like, you know, looks like candies. It's so pretty. I think it's a good display piece, and I use it all the time looking for, because I use minis so often for birds and stuff. My extra straight needles, because I only have 2 pair, and just gotta show you this cute little guy. Ethan made him when he was like 3. Also, it's helpful if you do have a moth problem to put sachets or any sort of lavender, you know, what have you in there to get rid of the moths. They don't like lavender, so that works. Okay, so my knitting bag that my friend Claire gave me, and this has my actually all my striped yarn. I'll show you. So that's full of striped. Here's the cabinet that I put together. And so on the top, it's more sweater quantities. Here I have mohair and bigger than mini skeins, like the 50-gram minis. So yeah, because I don't have a lot of that. A drawer that has my knitting needles and extra little bits in it, you know, pom-pom makers and things. Oh, and maybe in one of the other episodes, I'll show you my knitting needle holder. I think I talked about it before on an episode. And then the bottom shelf is more sweater quantities. Then we come over here, and this is the rolling carts that I was telling you about. They're really for like fruit and vegetables. I got them off Amazon, but they're really handy. And so for one side, I have more of the cotton and acrylic blends. And on this side, more of the more expensive wool single wound balls. And coming to this shelf, I have all of my unrolled minis here. Whoops. And extra knitting stuff like bits and bobs, extra bird bodies. Okay, really quick. This is just, you know, like more bits and bobs, bird legs, that kind of thing. My knitting blockers, that kind of thing. Over here is a basket of my DK. And over here, excuse the mess, is an open storage ottoman that I keep my bags in. And that is the door.